Becky. Welcome back to my channel. I have another Disney video for you guys today, and this one was inspired out of something that happened on our most recent trip to Disney. If you guys haven't watched my trip recap, then definitely check that out. I'll link it for you guys because I share a little bit more about why I'm talking about this today. So basically, having kids and going to Disney, you're just bound to have a time when they either are sick when you go down there or they get sick while they're there, and it's really hard to know how to handle it. You're away from home, you're out of your element, you're away from your doctor, and you don't really know how to handle it all the time. So those things have happened to us in the past. We've had quite a few trips where the girls were sick or they got sick when we were down there. They had to be on medication sometimes. Just different scenarios that have happened over the years. It's just kind of par for the course. This year in particular, we did have to go to the ER. So like I said, if you want to hear more about that, you can check out that trip recap. I'll have it linked for you guys below. Even though nobody wants to talk about getting sick or being sick at Disney, it happens. It happens a lot if you have kids, and it even happens to adults. You know, we all get sick sometimes, or we get hurt, or we need a Band-Aid, or we get a cut, or we get stung by a bee. You know, all these different random things can happen to you when you're on vacation, and it really helps you to be prepared to know how to handle these things if they do happen, so that it takes a little bit of stress off of you when you know, okay, this happened, but I know what to do about it. So that's what I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. So the first thing is, if you don't already know, every single Disney theme park has a nurse's station. There is a nurse on duty that can help you with over-the-counter medications. There's also tons of resources and things for you to use in the nurse's station. So there's Band-Aids. Even if you have braces, they have things for braces like wax. There's ways to treat cuts and burns and insect bites. So basically any kind of quick fix treatment that you could need, they have at the nurse's station. Another thing that I wish I would have known quite a few years ago when my oldest daughter had a liquid medication that she was supposed to take, and it was supposed to stay cold. So we had to lug it around. We thought we had to lug it around the park all day in a cooler with ice in it. And obviously now I know you don't have to do that because they also have refrigeration in the nurse's station so that you can drop your medications off and they will keep them cold for you, and then you just go back to the nurse's station whenever it's time for you or your child to take a dose of the medicine. So that is a lifesaver that I wish I'd known about back then, but I know it now and I'm sharing it with you guys. So if you have anything that needs to be refrigerated, definitely take it to the nurse's station. There are, like I said, there's a location at every single theme park and the water parks, so that you can drop it off, keep it safe and cool, and then get it when you need it. So if you are down on a Disney property and you get sick or your child gets sick or you need a prescription for some reason, there is actually a pharmacy that will deliver to your Disney resort or to the Disney theme parks. It's actually called Turner Pharmacy. We use them, like I said, when we had that emergency earlier in October when we went to Disney. We used them to have them deliver my daughter's prescription to our resort. Now, they won't leave it anymore. Used to, they would leave it with the front desk and you could pick it up when you came back to the resort. I don't think they're allowed to leave it anymore, so they told me like I had to wait. But he did deliver it to the resort, didn't have to pay extra for delivery, and all I had to do was wait for it. So it's definitely a great option. One thing to keep in mind, they don't accept insurance. So you have to go ahead and pay for their prescription. And then when you get back home, you can contact your insurance company and find out how you can handle getting reimbursed for that. And it wasn't much that I paid out of pocket, but you do have to be prepared. You know, you will have to pay for that prescription out of pocket and then deal with your insurance company about it when you get back home. Another really great way to be treated for something if you or your child are sick when you're at Disney is there is actually a doctor that can come to your Disney resort. There's a service called Doctors on Call, and depending on what is wrong with you, they can come to your Disney resort and see you in your resort room, just like a house call from like the 1960s. Like they will come to your room. Now there's only certain things they will come to your room for, so you'll want to call them, and you can get their number from the front desk. So if you just use your in-room phone and call the front desk, they will give you the phone number. But basically they will kind of go over the phone with you, like what's going on with you or your child, and they'll tell you whether or not they will be able to come out and see you in your room, or if they recommend that you go to the urgent treatment center or the hospital. So that kind of leads me to my next point is there is a very close urgent care center that is part of the Florida hospital that you can go to. They're not open all the time, so obviously depending on the day of the week that you might need to go there, you'd have to check and see what their hours are. And that's kind of what happened with us. The urgent care center had already closed by the time we needed them. So that's why we opted to go to the ER. But again, that's in that trip recap video. But there is an urgent treatment center really close by to Disney, so that is an option for you as well. And of course, the last resort that we all want to talk about, no pun intended, the last option that we want to talk about is going to the hospital. Now, we did end up having to go to the ER with our oldest daughter just because, like I said, the urgent treatment center had closed, and we didn't want to wait until the morning to go and like wait in line to be seen in the morning. So we decided to go ahead and go to the ER. So just to give you some peace of mind as far as how you're going to get to the hospital and how you're going to get back home, Reedy Creek Emergency Services actually services all of the entire Disney resort, so theme parks and the resorts. They will be the ones to come and get you and take you to the hospital. They were super nice, very, very helpful, and we didn't have to pay for the ambulance. Now, I don't know if that's something that Disney does, where you don't have to pay for it, or if it's something that the Reedy Creek offers. I don't know who does it. I don't know who paid for it. But I'm just glad that it's something we didn't have to pay for, because, you know, here at home, if we call an ambulance, we would have to pay for them to take us to the hospital. You know, it's part of, they bill you for that. So it was really nice to know that we got the ride in the ambulance to the hospital and didn't have to pay for it. Same thing when we came back, the resort actually arranged for us to have a taxi pick me and my daughter up at the hospital and bring us back to our resort for free. They actually paid the taxi driver the fee to bring us back from the hotel, or from the hospital, because my husband had stayed home, had stayed in the hotel with my youngest because she was asleep. It was like 12:30 at night. So took us to the hospital in the ambulance, and then they had a cab come and bring us back to the resort. So I felt really cared for and really taken care of. And then also the fact that I didn't have to worry about money, because let's be honest, yes, of course you're worried about your child or whoever's sick or injured, but I know it goes through your mind about how much is this going to cost? How much is this going to cost? You know, because that's how it works with medical services. Everything costs something. Nothing's for free. So it was really, really nice and a relief off my mind that I could get there and get back without having to wake my daughter up and make my husband take us. I'm not good at driving places. Just, I would have been lost and we never would have gotten there. We'd still be driving around looking for the hospital if it were up to me to drive there. So it was really nice to have that service offered to us. So those are some options for you if you or your child gets sick or injured while you're at Disney. I felt really taken care of by Disney, you know, and if you need something, don't be afraid to call them and ask them. They were really, really accommodating and caring of us, and I know they would be of you guys as well. And don't forget about those nurses stations for all those little things that you may need, bandages or whatever. They do have nurses there that can help you out as well. So I just was really impressed with how Disney handled everything as far as the emergency part of it. And then just, you know, learning more about the nurses stations and things like that. I think it's a really great service that they offer to take care of their guests. So I wanted to share it with you guys so that you guys can be prepared if you happen to have an injury or an illness that happens on your next Disney trip. Hopefully knowing about these things will make you guys more at ease and more confident in how you can handle those situations. So I hope it was helpful. If it was, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and check out my Disney playlist. I have linked for you in the description box. Every single Disney video I've ever made, and there are tons of them, live in that Disney playlist. So packing videos, how to save money on Disney vacations, like everything you can imagine about Disney is in that playlist. So definitely check it out, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end of this video. If you want to see 2 of my older videos, you can click the links right here. And if you want to subscribe to my channel, if you haven't already, and you definitely should, you can click right here. I upload every single week. I have some links in the description box for some of my favorite stores and products, as well as my P.O. Box address. Check out those links if you're interested in those, and I will see you guys in the next video.